Hey YouTube, no shame here. And for today's video, I wanted to talk to you guys about my likes and dislikes of this 2002 Silverado. And while only owning this vehicle for 4 months, I had an '03 that I owned for over 2 years. So I know exactly how these vehicles run. And I wanted to make this video before I sold the vehicle. I have a couple of people that are coming to look at it today, and hopefully they buy it. But let me show you a quick walkthrough of the exterior, since on my last video it was dark and you guys couldn't really see it all that well. Now, so far that was my taste, my 2 cents of the vehicle. I really liked the way it looked. I was gonna make, of course, some changes, especially to the wheels, but I plasti dipped some stuff and I really liked it. All right, so first thing I'm gonna start with is dislikes. And my first dislike is gonna be the cheap plastics in this vehicle, the materials. And well, I know, guys, it's a 2002, it's an old pickup. So I know stuff is gonna fall apart, but I really think that GM could have done a better job with the materials. Because if you guys can see, it started fading. Stuff is falling apart. I'm not sure how many holes they drilled here, but they finally got the screws to stay in. This was done by the previous owner. It kind of looks like 2 different holes, because I know these look like they were, here from factory. So it looks like they drilled 2 more holes. And of course, you guys see the headliner there. It was sagging really bad. I bought some glue or some adhesive or something from AutoZone, and that's the best that I can do. But if you guys can see, all this was sagging. The other side was as well, but you can't see it all that well. So that's my first complaint. Like I said, even though back in '02, you really didn't see what you're seeing now in more affordable cars. They're starting to put more soft touch materials, but I wish they would have done that. So that's number one. Number two is gonna be the manual door, the manual windows. Sorry. Yeah, so they have these handles for the windows, and it's a pain in the ass. Even if it would have cost a little bit more, even if it was $500 to $800 more, I think they should have just installed the electric windows in these. I know it's a base pickup, guys, I know, but I would have appreciated it more, and I'm sure as hell the first owner that bought this truck, I'm sure he would have appreciated it. Now, the only good thing about these manual ones is they never go out. One broke, and I replaced it already, so it's super easy to replace. I mean, everything has its up and down, so that's the up from having this, but the down is, whenever you need to roll the passenger window down, is, you have to, reach over all the way to the door there, but it's hard to get to, that's for sure. So that's my second dislike. My third is going to be the transmission in these. Back in the 2000s, the 5 speeds were already available, and I know there's 5-speed manuals, but they're really hard to find. I looked for them for a really long time and I had no luck. I found them more than anything in V6s. I know that they're in V8s because one of my cousins had a 2004, I believe, and it had a manual, and I've seen them, but they're just hard to find. I'm not saying anything against V6s, they're cool too, but I was looking for a V8 and I had no luck, so that's why I picked this one up. It definitely would help with fuel economy, and it would help with more pickup in the higher miles per hour, because when you're in the higher miles per hour in these, they kind of lose a little bit of power. That additional gear would definitely help it with more go in the higher speeds. So that next thing here that I dislike about this pickup is I don't really have all that many complaints, to be honest, guys. There's more stuff that I like than I dislike about this pickup. I know there was something else here. Oh, that's right. This is very common. The clusters. The lights in the clusters, it just starts fading away. As you guys can see, even though the sunlight, well, even though the sunlight's hitting it, it's not even hitting out that bad. I'm in a shade right now. But it starts fading to the point where sometimes it completely fades and you can't see it. They're very cheaply made. And I know this because I had that problem in my 2003, and I have that problem in my Cavalier as well. They just go out. Also, not sure what it is, but I've seen the fuel gauge too. I've just seen it go bonkers. I've just seen it go up and down. It just starts acting up weird. Sometimes it doesn't even work. So I've seen that happen quite a bit. Alright, so that's pretty much my last dislike, guys. Like I said, I absolutely love these trucks, which is the reason why I bought 2, and hopefully someday I'll purchase a 3. Now let's talk about stuff that I like about this truck. First thing that I like about this truck is the power it has. Like I mentioned before, especially in the lower end, this thing hauls. It has a lot of power. So that's the first thing I like. Second thing I like is reliability on these trucks. I have had 2, and I haven't had any major issues with these trucks. My brother has one, my dad has one, and they're still running. I've seen one of my friends had one. It had over 300,000 with the original engine and the original transmission. I've seen a lot of these trucks with higher mileage, and they're still running. Well, all pickups have their flaws. I'm sure there's stuff out there. I know, like, you know, my brother's, he bought it brand new, but he's always had issues with the fuel pumps. I'm not sure if you guys have experienced that. If you have, comment below, let me know. But reliability, great on these pickups. I recommend them. Alright, so next thing I like about these trucks is resale value. These things hold their value really, really good. And while I can only speak of the single cab short box, because that's the only thing I've owned in these pickups, at least for this year, I had a 98 that was an extended cab. But in this style here, I've had great luck with these. They're really hot. People like them. Excuse me, guys. People like them a lot. They're small. They're sporty. They're low to the ground. So people are always looking for them. Just in the 2 days that I've had it for sale, I've had a bunch of people texting me and calling me. And while yesterday I couldn't really meet up with anybody, today's the day. So later on today, I'm gonna meet up with some people that are gonna look at it, and like I said, hopefully they buy it. All right. So next thing I like about these trucks is the look. I think these things are absolutely gorgeous. I love the way they look, and I like how GM, you know, especially these. I'm not saying the 2500, because I also like lifted trucks. I love off-road stuff too, but to me, this is more of like a sporty truck, and I just like the way it looks. I like how it sits. I like how low it sits. I know that Fords and Rams are taller than GMs, and just, you know, the exterior of the pickup, it just gets to me. I love it. I like the, you know, the grill, the design, everything. So that's something else that I really like. And I know there was something else that I wanted to talk to you guys about. Oh yeah, the exhaust sound. When you install an exhaust in these things sound really, really good. On mine, I installed the Dynamax. Oh my god, great sound. My brother had a Flowmaster in his. I think he did the I think he did the 40s. Really good sound off that too. Okay, so that's something else. Another thing I really like about these trucks too is how easy it is to do swaps. Currently I have a 4.8. It is super easy to swap a 5.3 or a 6.0 into this. Honestly, why I personally don't know the procedures. I know that at one point I was looking into it, like I mentioned in the last video, that was going to be one of my plans to switch to 6.0, and I contacted a couple of, you know, shops and stuff, and they told me it's a fairly easy process. So if you guys agree, if it's an easy process, or if you guys have done it, comment below, let me know, guys. All right, and I think that's pretty much going to sum it up for these pickups, or for my likes and dislikes. If I missed anything that you guys think that, you know, should be on there, or something that I said that shouldn't be on there, let me know, guys. I'm always looking to see how I can improve on my videos. All right, guys, thanks for watching.